Ladies and gentlemen, so welcome back again. We're going to make this video here today. I just want to show you the evidence, obviously with that rocket that they said was shot by Israel, and, all these mainstream media accounts and all these people shared this, that it was actually Israel that shot this rocket. The IDF killed 500 people in a hospital, right? Now here, I am on the side where I just don't believe it. I mean, first of all, I've spoken to a few people who are in the army in Australia as well, and also in South Africa that I do know. And they say that the rockets that the Israelis use do much more damage, is what I'm trying to say. So if they were aiming there, the whole hospital would be leveled, which it is not. There would be a big death toll, and you would be able to see the building blown up. But as you can see here, this is footage of a rocket actually being shot, as you can see here, from northern Gaza earlier tonight, which appears to possibly show a rocket launched by Palestinian groups in the Strip having exploded for an unknown reason, causing debris to rain down, resulting in explosion and subsequent fire at Al-Ali Arabi Baptist Hospital. This is direct evidence that the explosion was indeed caused by a misfired rocket and not by an Israeli airstrike. Now, obviously, take this as you will, right? This could be all manufactured, this could be all AI, but at the same time, there are so many lies out there. So this is the reason why you got to do a bit of research. I've listened to quite a lot of people from both sides before posting this, obviously. To me, it shows that, yes, I do believe this was a misfire. And obviously, if you are at war with an opposition, for example, with Israel, you won't say that you accidentally misfired a rocket which has killed a lot of your own people. You will definitely try and say that it was them, they fired upon it. And yes, Israel have fired actually rockets, possibly not on purpose, to hospitals in the past, in years and years ago. So that is why they use it, and they try and say they've done it in the past. Of course, they're going to do it again, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now have a look for yourself. As you can see, the rocket's in the air there. It's kind of still going up in an upward trajectory. Then suddenly you can see something happened. It shoots off to the side and it explodes mid-air. Now, this is the reason why there's not much damage on the ground. You can see where it hits the ground in a few different spots. And you can see the explosion is big, but not as big as if the rocket actually hit by itself. And you can see there's the fire there. You can see everything happening here. Now, on the ground, this is the picture, okay? So this is where it hit outside of the hospital. And as you can see, there's about, probably I'd say about a 30-meter radius of damage here. The cars didn't really move too much. So obviously, I believe the death toll would not be 500 as they say, but, more in the likely of maybe 100 or something like that, which is still horrible, right? But what I'm trying to say is the news just freaking goes of anything, right? Like, I mean, as soon as they hear any sort of report from Hamas, they straight away jump on the fact that, yes, it has to be Israel. Instead of doing an investigation first, which the BBC has come out and said, even if the BBC has to come out and say it, because they were the ones that don't even call Hamas a terrorist organization, which they are. They even came out and said, yes, the evidence suggests that it actually was a rocket from within Palestine. So, yet again, I mean, the damage has been done because a lot of mainstream media has already posted this out, and not many people are going to, go back, read the article where they say, oh, we might have messed up, etc. They're not going to read it. So the damage has been done. But yeah, I guess that's why I'm out here. But yet again, I'm just sick of lies, right? Like, why would people want to just keep lying about, deaths? And why would people lie about who attacks who? Like, that's, I guess, information warfare, right? That's the day we're in, and that's probably does more damage than the actual ground damage, because that's where the funding comes from. That's where the supporting comes from overseas, is from things like this. And yes, you can see that there's not even a crater, right? Here's an example of a Israel bomb, okay? If that hits, look at the damage it does. It blows up a whole building, right? So I don't see how this was an Israel one. I'm just looking at the evidence. It is nearly plain as daylight, but yet again, all of this can be fabricated, so, do your own research as well. But from everyone I've heard and all the evidence that's been looked at, this is kind of pointing in that direction. And someone actually pointed this out for me as well on a couple of shows, They say, why just before President Biden from the USA, just before he visits Israel, they would go and bomb a hospital, you know, obviously putting that whole kind of situation in doubt. So it even shoots himself in the foot if you believe that they would actually go and bomb a hospital, and especially just before they meet with the president of the country that has the strongest military in the world, which also provides aid to them directly. So it doesn't make any tactical sense as well. Now I want to show you a video clip of this man here. So this is the Palestinian ambassador, and he's his name is Hussam Zomlot, and he has spoken with Piers Morgan, as he has been getting a lot of people on lately. And yeah, there's a couple of times where I feel like he doesn't even know who actually shot the rocket himself, but he still says that Israel done it. I'll show you just a couple of kind of segments here of where he says that it's definitely them, etc., etc. But have a listen here.
Gaslighting, as we have been seeing over decades.
What if you're wrong?
And well, what if I am wrong? Bring me again here, okay?
Okay.
Bring me again here, and then we'll discuss it.
Okay.
See, so he says, what happens if you are wrong? And he says, just bring me back here again. If you knew 100% that that was definitely not Palestine, that was 100% Israel, you wouldn't say, you know, you'd have to bring me back. You'd say, I know for a fact that that was shot by Israel. You would not back down, right? You wouldn't even, you know, meet halfway, because you know you have the evidence. So this just shows he doesn't have the evidence to actually suggest that it was Israel, even though he says the contrary. And then yet again, have a listen to this here.
Demand that political leaders, including Sir Keir Starmer here, publicly condemn an attack on a hospital which may not have been Israel, right? And you repeated that throughout your evening on Twitter, right?
See? So even him saying there, for example, you know, it might not have been Israel, and he says, yes, I did, you know, we did say that. So yet again, if he keeps saying, they keep saying that it was 100% Israel, but when asked for evidence and things like that, there is nothing. And then there's also, I mean, just me talking from experience, like if I was the ambassador, or let's just say Kingdom Come, and then they asked me, was Kingdom Come bombed by Imagination Land? I would say, if I had the evidence and I knew it was definitely Imagination Land, I'd say 100% yes. I know for a fact that they did it, blah, 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 blah. You wouldn't take a backward step, right? Because it's your people that got bombed, and you know 100% it was them. But for him to even kind of tone it back, you do realize that I believe that you don't have the evidence to suggest that it was actually Israel. That's just in my opinion. Looking at this whole interview and everything they said, you know, you wouldn't find middle ground with someone that you believe actually blew up a hospital. Even though we can see the hospital wasn't blown up, as some reports have suggested. We can see it was just in the car park. The hospital is still fine. And even though that guy said hundreds of doctors, hundreds of nurses have died, but there wouldn't even be hundreds of people in this kind of car park. So it's just so much, you know, muddy water, a lot of lies. But anyway, I guess that's this day and age's war, right? It's all information war. It's all behind the scenes, and that's all they care about, is getting pictures and, you know, even faking things sometimes. And it's horrible, because the people that pay on the ground are still these people that did pass away. It is still the innocent people who are dying, but no one wants to take ownership for it. But yeah, anyway, I'll end it on that one. Please like the video if you did like it. Subscribe as well if you do want to see future videos and to support the channel. And also comment. Let me know what you think. And if you have any other evidence kind of suggesting otherwise, please let me know. I'd love to read it. And I would love to actually, you know, say that I am wrong on this. So the more the merrier, in my opinion, please, because it's so hard to find the truth, I guess. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.